Morning coffee with Cliff, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. You are in the right place as always. You know it. You know God's hand was guiding you and get you here with me this morning. Some of you are returning. Some of you are new. I know that because when I go live in the vertical format of YouTube, it shows up in the shorts feed and I get to connect with people who aren't already subscribed, and I get great joy on that because I get to expand and express to more people what it's all about on the channel. And a lot of people, they take action. They're already in an advancing mode for their own life, and they say, wait a minute. I don't know how I came across this crazy son of a bitch, but you know what? I'm going to subscribe to his channel, and I'm going to get great value out of it. I just have a feeling that that's what's going to happen. Well, welcome to the channel, everybody. I will wait for a few more thousand people to jump on board here because I know they will. I have an expectancy of great things to happen in my future, and I would encourage you to do the same. Have an expectation of greatness that's going to come into your life. Have an expectation of great people, circumstances, situations that are going to happen not to you, but for you. Good morning, everybody. Glad you're here. Welcome to the show, the channel, the life, the great life that you have coming forward that is waiting for you. Listen, while I'm waiting for you, I want a few more thousand people to come on here because why not, you know what? Spread your gems of thinking to the most people that you can. Having a positive impact on one other person, no greater joy. But if you could do 2, 3, why not? If you could do more, why not? Something that dwells within all of us. That desire, that want to become more, to expand who we are and express it. To fellowship with other people. Glad you're on here. And you know what? Don't be bashful this morning. Jump on the chat. Leave me a comment. And let's connect in a real, raw, positive way. That's something that we can do today, right now, in this moment, going forward. We can have a memory of yesterday, but we are living right now, here, in this moment. Good morning. Glad you're here. I see you jumping on board here. As always, you're in the right place. Everybody, welcome to the Cliff Yates channel. It's all about self-improvement, personal growth, how we can get better every day in every way than we were yesterday. No greater joy than that. You're in the right place. I know some people are jumping in and out of the shorts feed. Hey, but while you're here, subscribe to the channel. Don't hesitate. Hit the button. You won't be disappointed. You don't know what's going to happen in your future, but I have an expectancy it's going to be great. Some great things are going to happen for you. Morning coffee with Cliff. A lot of times when I do these sessions, you never know what's going to happen. A lot of times everything I say is off book. No notes, no script, no teleprompter. Although I'm going to reference a book that I'm reading and rereading again for about the 8th time. But every time I read it, I keep gleaning more and more gems of wisdom that I'm able to apply, reapply in my life, and I have nothing but good results to show from it. And I think it's the basis, the foundation of all of our future achievement, self-fulfillment, enjoyment, happiness, joy, going forward in our compelling future that we're all going to have. So glad you're here, everybody. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Let me wait for a few more thousand people to show up because I have an expectancy that they will. You will. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Don't be bashful. Jump in the comments. You know what? I'm just going to go forward with some great gems that you and I both, you and me, together. Hey, what's up, Mac? So glad you're here. Follower of Christ. I think I have a message this morning when I think I have a quote that I'm reading from that came right from the mouth of Jesus according to Scripture, and I think you're going to like it. Glad you're here, everybody, but especially you. Right now, you know, some people, they like 5,000, 10,000 people to talk to. Not me. I like one. and you're the most important one today. It only takes one. When two or more are gathered in his name, unbelievable what can happen. You and I fellowshipping together this morning. So glad you're here. I appreciate you. I'm going to show you what I'm reading and rereading. Keep reading. And I've read this book probably 7-8 times, and I continue to read it because it keeps reminding me, it keeps helping me change and expand my self-image. And this man, if you've heard of him, Dr. Maxwell Maltz, he wrote a book called Cybernetics. He was a plastic surgeon, and he was one of the best in the field at the time in the early 60s. He could take somebody with deep scars on their faces, and he would perform that plastic surgery, and he would make people look beautiful again. And then he found some interesting things. Wow, some people, even though their physical scars were fixed, their face was restored to beauty. They still acted as if they were scarred. They had mental scars that had not been repaired because of the self-image, what they believed of themselves or how they saw themselves. See, that's going to be a key. As much as we think about everything else, all the other chess pieces on the board that really feed into our life, the one important queen of all the pieces is self-image. We're never going to outperform our self-image, how we see ourselves. We're always going to fight. We're going to fight to make sure that we're consistent with that image. So that means all we have to do is change that image, because then we will fight to be consistent with that image. So if we have a powerful, ever-expanding, always learning, a positive self-image of ourselves as a success mechanism going forward to a compelling future, we're going to fight like hell to be consistent with that self-image. There's a flip side, a polarity to everything. So if you have a negative self-image, I'm a loser, I never win, I'm a victim of everything all the time, you're going to fight like hell to be consistent with that image. You're always going to try to be consistent with how you see yourself. So there's a key. All we have to do is change the self-image. It's constantly changing. We have to be vigilant, be cognizant of how you see yourself. That's going to be the domino, the first one that's going to create the others that fall. If you haven't already, I'm not the expert. I just learn and share with you. Psycho-Cybernetics, 1960s. It's a great book. And in chapter 1, he really talks about the key to a better life is the self-image, how we see ourselves. And there's been scientific experiments done that prove without a shadow of a doubt how we see ourselves is the key to how we're going to think, act, and the results that we're going to get in our lives. So we need to always be operating, right? Be a surgeon of your own self-image, constantly repairing, keeping it in top form, and ever expanding and expressing a more powerful, self-fulfilling, success mechanical self-image. You got this. So glad you're here, everybody. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hi, how are you? So glad you're here. You might be somebody new. Let me know in the chat. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, it's all about self-improvement here. That's what I talk about. That's what I study. That's what I like. That's what I'm immersed in. And you know what? I have been living in this past year with an expectancy of great things that are going to happen for me. Great people that are going to come into my life. Great circumstances that are going to change. And so, listen, we're the captain. We are the captain of our thoughts. What we think about is the choice that we can make. Outside circumstances, people, and ideas, we can accept or reject, and we choose what we're going to think and believe. And I'm talking about the self-image today. And it's all about a belief in who you are, how you see yourself. See, when you have a belief, that's a table. The table of a belief in your life. Once you have that table, then you're going to fight like hell to always be looking for legs to support that table. No, this is what I believe. I'm a loser. I'm a victim. I can't win. And you're always going to be looking. See, there's another leg. See why that's true? Well, we can change the tabletop. Let's reset the table. And we're going to have legs to support our new way of thinking, a new self-image. I'm telling you right now, your infinite potential is amazing. I'm talking about what's within you. Forget me. I don't care what you think about me, although I'm a pretty good guy. I want you to like me, but it's not necessary. What I care about is what you think about yourself, your judgment and opinion of yourself, your self-image. You're never going to outperform your self-image, how you see yourself. So, step one, change the self-image. You know, scientifically proven, we can talk about the data. Experiments prove we're going to fight like hell as us individuals to be consistent with what we see as our self-image. We're going to support what we know is true to us. No, this is what I am. This is how I see myself. I'm going to live up to that. I'm going to constantly prove how that's correct. I'm going to be consistent with that. Whether it's good or bad, you're going to fight like hell to support that self-image. So what's the secret? Change your self-image. Even if it's good, there's always a next step. We have indwelled within us the desire and the need to become more, to be better. The biggest frustration and disappointment is when we gather and we know we have superior knowledge, but we're getting inferior results. Superior knowledge, inferior results causes confusion and anger. We're going to change our results because we're not going to be focusing. We're not going to focus on outside circumstances and present conditions. We're going to focus in here. That's going to make the big changes outside. That's going to be the direct reflection of our inside thoughts is out here. But don't work based on current conditions or circumstances. We're going to work inside. It's an inside job. You guys are making me so happy and proud that you're joining me. I'm so glad that you're subscribed to the channel, that you are someone who is into constantly trying to learn, constantly trying to be better, trying to become more, to be better every day in every way than we were yesterday. I'm so glad you're here and you really fellowship with me and you collaborate with me on living a greater life going forward, regardless of what's happened in the past, regardless of our past achievements. And I've got a few. I got a lot of wins. I would consider myself on a winning streak. But the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. I guarantee it. Not just for me, for you. The best is yet to come because we have the ability in present moments to change how we think. Now, we tend to habituate our thoughts. We have a paradigm in us of how we process information, how we think, what we feel. The vibration that we're on creates our law of attraction. That movie, the book The Secret, became very viral based on the law of attraction. But that's a secondary law. The law of attraction is a secondary law. The first law is the law of vibration. See how you're vibrating, the frequency that you're on is going to be what you attract. The circumstances and the people that you attract to your life. You don't have to go after them. You don't have to get them. They're going to come to you by the vibration. What you have magnetized internally through your thoughts, emotions, and feelings. And when can you change those? Right now, at the blink of an eye. I've done it. That's why I get hooked on it. That's why I'm so joyful about it. That's why I continue to work forward, persevere, spread positivity, because it has to be done on purpose with intention. Why? We default to the negative for a good reason. Everything we do is for a positive reason, for a positive outcome. We default to the negative because our subconscious, our inner self wants to stay alive. That's the sole goal, to stay alive. It doesn't want us to be happy, content, satisfied, joyful. Job one, trying to stay alive. That's why it'll fight you. Your paradigm, your current paradigm will fight you. Don't go out. Don't try something new. What are you doing? You're safe here. You're alive. You don't need to go seek more adventure. So that's why we have to override those thoughts. I'm so glad. Thanks for the positive comments this morning. Love back to you. I love you too. Thank you. Let me know in the chat, please, if you have read the book Psycho Cybernetics. That's what I've been ingesting this morning. An attitude of gratitude is really going to be a key factor in your life going forward. How do you do it? Every morning, you start your day that way. How? Well, I'll tell you how. As soon as your feet hit the floor, not only do I want you to ask a question, I want you to write it down. I want you to see it, and I want you to say it out loud. I want you say it out loud. I want you to use all those modalities of sight, hearing, feeling. Put them all together. It makes a powerful, powerful elixir of emotions and thoughts that you're going to create every morning. How do you do it? You ask a question. What am I most thankful for in my life? I can think of 50 ways that you could apply to your life right now. What am I most thankful for in my life? And then you write them down. Come up with 10 every day. I know you could come up with 50, but come up with 10. It's very easy to do. I've done it for about 3 months now. Will it change your life? Absolutely. It will change how you think, what you feel, what you do, the people you attract in your life. I'm telling you, if anything, try it for 21 days. That's how you do it. You ask the question in the morning, what am I most grateful for in my life right now? You can start with the most simplistic. Man, I woke up today. Write it down. I'm thankful. I can see. The gift of sight is so amazing. I'm thankful for that gift of sight. Not everybody has it. Wow. Ooh. I'm pretty healthy. Write that down. See, now you're thinking of what you're grateful for. You can't have two opposing thoughts in your mind at the same time. So you can't be angry, frustrated, upset, disappointed because you're in an attitude of gratitude. Why? Because you asked that question. Our life is a direct reflection of the powerful questions we ask ourselves. What am I most grateful for? Oh my God, God, Jesus, great. Write it down. Mom, still alive, active in my life. Oh, brother, yeah. Sister, son, daughter, wow. Oh my God, I have a nice working car. I'm so grateful for that. And you know what? You're going to be surprised at the list you come up with. And you're going to be feeling an attitude of gratitude. And wow, if that's the first thing you do every morning, after about 21 days, you're going to habituate every morning writing your list of what you're most grateful for. What are you most looking forward to in your life? You're going to be surprised at how having that attitude every morning is going to become a habit that you're going to like, because you're going to like feeling an attitude of gratitude. You're going to be winning your mornings all the time. Not every once in a while, but every morning. Because in the morning, you're going to realize I have total control over my first thoughts. And if your first thoughts are, what am I most grateful for in my life? I'm going to tell you, you're going to win the morning every single time. Even if you went to bed with some worries, anxiety, something you were anxious about, but you're going to habituate every morning getting up and asking a question. You're going to forget last night's worries because you're going to be asking the question, what am I most grateful for? Hey, so glad you're here, everybody. I'm glad you're at my channel. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, my channel is all about self-improvement, personal growth, how we can get better. And I'm talking about you. Your infinite potential is just what that says, infinite. What is infinity? There's no end. There's no wall. There's no stopping you. What you can do is unlimited. What you will do is something different. But I'm all about, let's change that to the better, to the more. Let's become more. Not necessarily worry about getting more. Let's become more. Jim Rohn, in the 70s, when I used to study, when I met him, he used to say in his seminars, pick a goal to make $1 million a year, but not for the money, for what you will have to become to earn that. See, you're going to have to become $1 million mindset. You're going to have to be giving $1 million value to the marketplace for you to receive that $1 million. By necessity, you will become more. So pick a compelling goal that's going to drive you forward in your life. I'm so glad you're here. Cliff Yates Morning Coffee. I will stick with you until the coffee's done, everybody. That's my commitment to you. I'll tell you what I'm studying today, and I'll take you along with me. I'm studying a book that was written in the 60s by Maxwell Maltz, Psycho-Cybernetics. That means we have a automatic success mechanism in our brain, and we also have a automatic failure mechanism depending on how we set our destination in our life, depending on what our self-image is, and we can always change it. Maxwell Maltz was a plastic surgeon, and he repaired people's scars on their faces. Sometimes he made their face beautiful again, and they still acted as if they had a scar on the outside because they had a mental scar on the inside. And he found out until they changed how they saw themselves in here, this didn't matter. There's another experiment that happened many years later. I hope I get it right. They put a false scar on people. It was a fake scar, and they were going to send these people out into the world to ask a question and get people's reaction. And they wanted those people to record their reactions. And before they went out, they showed them the picture of their scarred face in the mirror. And then before they went out, they said, before you go, we got to put some lotion on those scars to make sure they don't come off. But actually what they did, they removed the scars. And what they found out was people recorded reactions as if they still had a scar on their face. They said, well, people reacted, I had bad reactions because people saw my scar. They didn't realize the scar had been taken off, that it was gone. But since they believed in their head they had a scar here, they acted in relation to other people with the belief they had a scar. That's just proof. Self-image is the most important thing. We're never going to outperform our self-image. We're always going to fight like hell to prove and be consistent with how we see ourselves. So all you got to do is change your self-image. That's the secret. That's the key to a great life. Change how you see yourself. You're always going to be consistent with how you see yourself. Now, what's great about that? There's only one person that can change that. That's you. Do you have the power to change it? Yes. When can you do it? Right now. In the blink of an eye, you can change your self-image. You can start to change how you see yourself. Start changing the image. You're the creator of your image of yourself. You're never going to outperform that. So keep making it bigger, make it better, make it more powerful. See yourself as a winner. Things are always happening for you to serve you in a positive way. And then you're always going to fight like hell to be consistent with that self-image. Job number 1 today. Keep changing your self-image for the better. Never stop. It's a lifelong endeavor. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York in the United States of America. Where are you today, everybody in the world? I would love to connect with you, even if it's just right here in the chat. I'm live most of the time when I do these morning coffee sessions. I have no notes, no teleprompter. I'm speaking from where? From the heart. There's a book by James Allen. He got it from the Bible. As a man or woman thinketh in their hearts, so are they. As you think in your heart. Why did he say, as you think in your heart? It's not random thoughts. It's only thoughts that you pair with strong emotion, right? With love from the heart. Words without emotion, backed by them, are empty. They mean nothing. They will affect no one. But strong words, backed with strong emotions of the heart, will pierce the heart of other people and move them in a positive way that you can't even imagine. Who has this power within them? You do. I do. I want you to name it and claim it going forward. I love to collaborate and fellowship and work together with people who are like-minded. And when I say like-minded, I mean open-minded and open-hearted. Too many of us, because of past hurts, past experiences, we close down, right? Instead of realizing we're in a storm for a brief period of time, that this too will pass. No, we close up shop. We put on the shutters. We put on the storm shutters. We close the drapes. We hide under the table. And now we're safe. And then we never realize the storm has passed. The sun is out again. Open up your heart and open your mind and move forward and grow as a person that can have a positive impact not only on other people, but on yourself and the world. You alone have the power to start changing the world, one person at a time, and that first person is always you. I know it's always me. Every day in every way, I'm getting better than I was yesterday. Hey, so glad you're here. Appreciate the comments. I love you too. Oh, I have love for you, absolutely. If you get haters, people who attack you, and you throw love their way, it's going to kill them. Like the Bible said, it's like putting hot coals on their head. But if we only love the easy people, if we only love the people who love us back, if we only put love on people that accept us, what challenge is that? It's in the hateful people that are difficult, who try to throw us off course. If we throw love on them, now we're doing something. Now we're doing something hard. Do the hard things. That's one of the polar opposites of life, right? If you do hard things, life becomes easier. If you're always doing the easy, life is going to get harder. That's a truism that I'm going to leave with you today. Morning coffee with Cliff. Since I don't know who we have on here, I've been reading this morning from Psycho-Cybernetics. And the key to a better life, Dr. Maxwell Maltz said, number one, is that all our actions and feelings and behavior, even our abilities, are always consistent with this self-image that we have of ourselves. We're never going to outperform our self-image. And as a matter of fact, all our actions, feelings, and behaviors are always going to be consistent with how we see ourselves. That's why all we have to do is change our self-image. The man or woman who conceives themselves to be a failure-type person will always find some way to fail, in spite of all their good intentions, all their willpower. Even if opportunity after opportunity is literally knocking at their door, they're always going to fight like hell to be consistent with that failure identity that they have created for themselves, that failure self-image. They're always going to do, say, and be consistent with that image. The self-image is a premise. It's a base, a foundation. It's upon which our whole entire personality, our behavior, and even our circumstances are going to be built by how we see ourselves. Maxwell Maltz, he talks about an example here. And keep in mind, these examples are from the 1960s, right? He says a schoolboy, could be a schoolboy or girl, sees himself as an F-type student or one who is dumb in mathematics. He will invariably find that his report card bears him out. He's always going to fight to make sure that that is a true thing because that's how he sees himself. Now he has proof. A young girl who has an image of herself as the sort of person nobody likes will find indeed that she is avoided at the school dance. She literally invites rejection. She invites rejection. She attracts rejection because that's how she believes. That's her self-image, that nobody likes her. She's always shunned. She's always rejected. So guess what? She's going to carry herself that way. Her head's going to be bowed down. She's going to put out that energy. She's going to put out that attitude that people are going to receive, and they're going to treat her in kind. And then it's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. See, nobody likes me. See, I'm constantly rejected. See, I can't make friends. She's going to fight like hell to make sure that she's consistent with her self-image. Does that ring true for you in any way, shape, or form? If it does, I got good news coming for you in number 2. This is number 1. Because of this objective proof, it very seldom occurs to a person that his or her trouble lies in their self-image or their own evaluation of themselves. If you tell the schoolboy that he only thinks he cannot master algebra, and he will doubt your sanity. He's tried and tried. I've tried everything. People will tell you that. Oh, no, I've tried to change. I can't. I am who I am. And still his report card tells the story, always proving that he is correct and consistent with his self-image. Let's go to the good news, everybody. That's the most important thing about our self-image, the good news. The good news is number 2. Thanks for finding my channel. I know it shows up in the shorts feed and people come in and out all day, all night, but that's all right. I'm here for you because I know if I'm here for you in a supporting way, an encouraging way, that I'm here for myself. If you serve other people, that's the best way to serve yourself. You want to help yourself become more, be better, get more if you wish, then help somebody else be more, become more, get more. By helping somebody else, you're going to help yourself more than you ever thought you could. But number 2, the self-image. Guess what the good news is? Even though we will fight like hell to be consistent with our self-image, the self-image can be changed, everybody. Celebrate that. The self-image can be changed. There's numerous case histories that have shown that one is never too young, one is never too old to change his self-image or her self-image and thereby start to live a new life. We're never too young and we're never too old to change how we see ourselves and therefore to start a new life. If that doesn't excite you, you're in the wrong place. If it does, if it gets you fired up like myself, then you have found the right channel and you're going to subscribe and join the community of progress. That's what I'm all about. Never underestimate the power of your influence. You have influence over other people. And no matter what, you're always communicating with people, even if you're not saying anything. You're always communicating. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote in his book, I think on self-reliance, who you are speaks so loudly, I can't even hear you talking. People don't even have to say anything, and you can tell who they are, what they're about, how they think is going to be self-evident. You're going to know that they're fighting like hell to be consistent with their self-image. All right, everybody. Cheers with our morning coffee. So glad you're here. All right, I'm so thankful for all the new subscribers today. Every day in every way, we're getting better than we were yesterday, and that's the mission, right? That's the mission we're on. We will not falter. Our faith will not waver. Persistence beats talent every time. That's why you and I will never stop. I'm going to tell you right now, I've read in the Bible, a righteous person will get knocked down 7 times, but he will get back up. 7 is a number they use in the Bible to really enumerate the thought of always, total. Meaning, I think, we're always going to get knocked down. We're on a hero's journey. Just like every great story, we're going to get knocked down. I expect it. I invite it because I know I'm going to get back up. We know we're going to get back up. We're going to continue on. If you woke up today, if you can fog up a mirror, you're still in the game, my friend. So glad you're here. I'm reading still from Maxwell Maltz's book, Psycho-Cybernetics. One of the reasons that it seems so difficult for a person to change their habits, their personality, or their way of life has been that heretofore nearly all efforts at change have been directed to the circumstances of their self rather than to the centrist. Centrist? No, rather to the center. Maxwell Maltz was speaking, and he said he had numerous patients who said something to the effect, if you're talking about positive thinking, I've tried that before, and it just doesn't work for me. However, with a little questioning, invariably, Dr. Maltz found out that these individuals have employed positive thinking or attempted to employ it upon particular external circumstances or some particular habit or character defect. I will get that job. I will be more calm and relaxed in the future. This business venture will turn out right for me. But they had never thought to change their thinking of the self, which was to accomplish these things. They were focusing on changing the results without changing the self-image, what they thought of themselves. That was the key missing factor. Forget changing the current circumstances or apparent circumstances in your life. Work on your thinking, the self-image. Work on the internal things inside of you. And then in due time, whenever that time is, your outside circumstances and results will change in response to the changes you made internally. So powerful. Once you adopt this new way of thinking, your life's going to change in such an amazing way. I have no doubt in that. Please, if you do anything in your life today, start working on a better self-image, no matter where you are. You might already be at a place in time and circumstances that considered by most to be pretty great. But there's more. The best is yet to come. You have more to do. God has more purpose for you. If you woke up today, then God's not done with you. There's the proof right there. If you woke up today, God is not finished with you. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning. As always, you're in the right place. And I'm going to go forward myself, just building a more improved self-image. I know I can do it, and I know you can do it. All right, everybody. I'm so glad you checked in this morning. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hey, it's all about a community of progress, getting better every day in every way than we were yesterday. You got this. I'll see you in the next video.